Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to ITHive.org's live tech show. Shaking things up a little bit today. This is episode 53 for October 6th, I believe. And we're getting close, 3 episodes away from a year of doing this at 10 o'clock every Saturday morning, and only late for a couple. So, working on that. So, like always, just like to remind people that if you're watching live, post questions. If you want something to talk about or have a question or whatever, just ask. I'll try and catch things and answer them as we're going. And also, if you're watching the recorded version of this, by all means, comments, suggestions, open to things. So, hello, Caroline. And so that will be helpful. Okay, so I'm using my selfie stick. I've had one for a long time, and I've just never used it. So I'm using it, and we're also outside. Maybe we'll do this outside because it's nice to see nature behind me. Anyway, yeah. So episode 53. Couple of things today that I wanted to talk about. One, Microsoft. As some of you may know, Microsoft released their big fall update, and the other thing was we've touched on this subject before, but about fake news and news in general and media and all of that is changing around us. So I wanted to have a little bit of a discussion about that, or at least my thoughts on it anyway. If people want to chime in, they can. So, first off, Microsoft. So, Microsoft with Windows 10 is rolling out feature updates. On October 1st, they released their fall update, and apparently now they've had to pull it back because it's been erasing people's data. So, a couple of thoughts on that. I've been a software developer and I understand how software gets written, and sometimes things get missed, right? Clearly, they've missed something. Some unique circumstance goes on and it causes a problem. Now, Microsoft has pulled the update, so you don't have to worry. If you don't have it yet, it's not going to wipe out your data. But one thing I want to mention, okay, and this is something I'm always telling my customers, right? You have to have a plan, or you have to have something in place to back up the information on your computer. Unless you don't care if you lose it, right? Because, it doesn't matter whether it's an update or a hardware failure or, ransomware attack. Anything can happen to any one of us, right? And if you value what you have on your computer, if you're not taking the steps to properly, professionally protect it, right? Not saying it could always cost money, but by paying someone to do that and look after it for you, you have more security that way, right? You can do it free too, but then you're on your own as well. So, anyway, so that's just what I wanted to say about data. It's an important reminder. You can lose stuff at any time. And you shouldn't wait for the emergency to happen to say, oh, I should be backing up my data. This is an ongoing thing. It should happen all the time. Okay? So that's that. So I'm sure Microsoft will fix the problem and they'll re-release it. I personally have rolled out this update in 1 or 2 cases to clients and have experienced no issues. Okay? So that's that. Next thing about news and media and stuff like that, I've talked about this before, and as things have changed and technology has matured, we've seen a real change in how we get our news and how we get our information. Newspapers are slowly going away. It just costs too much to make print media. So I guess that's changing more to an online version. And I think for many reasons, some of us are disillusioned by mainstream media, right? And, I think in some cases that can be quite founded, right? And understood. Hi, Vickers. And the thing that really worries me here about the whole media thing is that with the age of the internet and the fact that we can control the information that we're watching based on our preferences, right, is somewhat a problem when it comes to watching and getting news. Because, so let's say I favor certain opinions or attitudes, right? But then I structure my information, my news information, all to feed those beliefs, and then never explore other news sources, right? And this is happening, right? And I had a conversation with someone last night, and I won't mention who, but it was quite eye-opening for me. They were telling me that they get their news from some guy on YouTube. I forget who they said, and he's very good, and he mentions facts and all that stuff. And then I said, well, so what's your opinion on Brett Kavanaugh? And the reply I got was, Brett who? Kavanaugh? Who's that? I don't know. I know we live in Canada, but it's a big deal, that story, for many reasons, right? And the fact that this person didn't even know who that person was, kind of underlines the issue that we have today. Because one thing as human beings we should all understand is that we grow and we expand our knowledge and our understanding of the world around us by embracing things that are different than us, right? You don't grow by always eating and consuming the stuff that you believe, right? You actually stay the same. And so there's a good and a bad side to technology on this front. And, the bad is that people that believe certain things will always continue to believe certain things if they don't seek out alternative information, right, and get a well-rounded opinion of what's going on. And I don't think that's happening enough, right? And of course, the other side of it is that with access to all kinds of media and information, we can get a well-rounded opinion. The challenge is that we have to choose to do that, right? We have to choose to challenge our own beliefs and work on that front. So it's kind of, it's concerning for me because for me, I'm a little older, so I've watched and I grew up with traditional news sources, and I still follow some of those news sources. I don't always agree with everything, but that's fine. I don't have to, right? But I do sit and listen to stories that even my gut says, I'm not really interested in that. I watch and listen anyway because, maybe there's something in there that will spark something else in me to, move me forward or so. So the challenge for us all now in the internet age, right, and the change of how we get our information is to seek balance, right, and to challenge your own beliefs and to say, okay, well, this is what I believe, but what's the other side saying? Because the other side of the coin, right, is where you might discover some other extra value, right? So anyway, a little bit diverging from tech, but tech's involved, right? Tech has brought us here to this place, and it has opened that door, right? And we should be aware of that, and manage that. So anyway, I don't know if there's really much else I have today. I usually do these things for 15 minutes, but with my selfie stick and the way this runs through Facebook, I don't really have a timer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it up, right? Said what I had to say today. And again, like always, just a reminder, comments, questions, suggestions, or so, post them in the video, right? I'm more than happy to engage and talk to people about things and about tech and how it affects our world and what we should be doing to protect ourselves and to be safe on the internet and not have frustration, right? That's basically it. Anyway, that's it for today. Join me next Saturday, episode 54. We're getting really close, and then we can move from there. All right. So I'll talk to you all next Saturday, and enjoy the week. And for those of us in Canada, happy Thanksgiving. It's a great time for family to get together. I know I have mine together. You can tell your family's getting older because the last time we were together was in March, and now we're together now. So we're happy about that and thankful. And anyway, we'll talk to you next Saturday. Have a great long weekend, and if you're celebrating Thanksgiving, and enjoy the rest of the week. Okay, signing out. Talk to you later. Bye.